You've probably heard that old saying, friends are the family you choose. But what if that choice is less of a casual thing and more like a formula that directly impacts your entire future? Today, we're going to dig into this idea and unpack a powerful framework for understanding how the people around you are quite literally building your reality, for better or for worse.
So let's just start with this. It's a tough question, I know, and it might even feel a little uncomfortable, but it's at the very heart of what we're talking about. The people you hang out with, the ones you text all day, they are constantly nudging you in one direction or another. So just for a second, be honest with yourself. Which way is the current pulling you?
Okay, so check this out. It's like two different paths laid out right in front of us. On one side, you've got what we can call the upward pull. Imagine spending half a year with 5 people who are just on it. They're fit, they wake up early, they're driven. The source says their good habits will literally start to become your habits. But then there's the other side, the downward drag. And get this, it only takes 2 months with a few lazy, junk food eating friends for things to start sliding. The scariest part? Look how much faster you can be pulled down than you can be lifted up.
And this really gets to the heart of it. It's not just a nice saying, it's a powerful truth. We are the average of the people we spend the most time with. Whether you realize it or not, their mindset, their language, even their goals, they start to blend with yours. The source calls it a kind of social physics. You're being averaged out, so the quality of that average completely depends on who you let in your circle.
Wow. Okay, that's a heavy one, right? This quote from the source really puts it all into perspective. It treats friendship not just as a social bonus, but as a high-stakes game. Think about it. Being alone, you're just at zero. You're holding steady. But surrounding yourself with the wrong people, that can actually drag you into the negative, actively costing you progress. It makes you think, what's the real price of bad company?
So you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I'll just build a fortress around myself. But that's not the answer either. We're human. We need connection. The goal isn't to become a hermit. The goal is to figure out how to be open to people, how to build trust, but to do it smartly. So how on earth do we do that?
Well, the source material gives us this really cool practical tool. It's called the 2 lines of safety. The best way to think of it is like a mental map, right? A set of imaginary lines you draw in the sand to help you figure out who gets close and how close they get. It's not about building walls to keep people out. It's about installing doors and deciding who gets a key.
Here's what it looks like. Picture this. There's you, right in the middle. Then you've got 2 circles around you, like force fields. The first one, the big one, on the outside is your outer line. That's for casual acquaintances. The second one, much, much closer to the center, that's your inner line. And that one protects the most important stuff. Let's break them down.
All right, let's start with that first line of defense, the outer line. Think of this as your front porch. It's the friendly, low-stakes zone for pretty much everyone you...
So, what's this for? Super simple stuff. The hey, how are yas of the world. Someone you just met asks a general question like, so, where are you from? You give them a general answer. The source amusingly suggests saying you're from Maharashtra or even Mars. And honestly, the point isn't to lie, it's that the answer doesn't really matter. You only share information that you'd be fine with anyone on the street knowing. It's open, it's friendly, but it doesn't give anything critical away.
Okay, now for the really important one. Let's move past that front porch and head inside. We're at the inner line now, and this is all about protecting who you are at your very core.
You see, the inner line has nothing to do with small talk. This is about your soul. It's a barrier built from your deepest, most fundamental values and principles. This is you, drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is what I stand for, and this is what I will not stand for. It's your personal red line, and it's non-negotiable.
Let me give you a really solid example from the source. Let's say one of your core principles is respectful communication. Your inner line rule might be exactly this. Look, I don't use foul language, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't either around me. You communicate it clearly. Maybe you have to remind them once, but if they cross that line again, you're done. It sounds harsh, but it's not about being mean. It's about having enough self-respect to enforce your own rules.
And honestly, this is the real test of a friendship, isn't it? A little friendly teasing is one thing, but someone who repeatedly, deliberately stomps all over a boundary you've clearly set, they're showing you loud and clear that your values just don't matter to them. And according to this whole framework, that person simply isn't a friend.
So, this two-line system sounds great, right? Super useful. But, and this is a big but, the whole thing is useless if you don't do the first step. You can't defend a territory if you've never even bothered to map it out. The foundation for all of this, it has to start with you.
And that leads us to the million-dollar question. It's easy to say protect your core values, but what are they? If you've never actually sat down to define them, how can you possibly build that inner line to protect them? You'd be building a fence with no idea what you're trying to keep safe inside.
So, this is your homework. It's time to get real with yourself. Ask the tough questions. What do I truly, deeply value in my life? What are the things people can do that genuinely hurt me? What do I love? What do I hate? And most important of all, what are my absolute 100% deal breakers? The bottom line is simple. You have to know yourself to protect yourself.
Because in the end, it all boils down to this one simple, powerful truth. The people you allow into your life, the ones who get past that outer line and get close to your inner line, they aren't just visitors. They are the co-architects of your reality. So choose them very, very wisely.
You know, the source actually recommends you take out a real pen and a real piece of paper and physically draw these two circles. Put me in the middle. Make it a concrete act. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. This isn't just an interesting theory to think about. It's a practical, actionable challenge. Where are you going to draw your line?